Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Rex, and I've got a nice video with the AK47. I don't see many games with this gun, so I thought I was gonna give it a shot and see how it holds up with the other guns. And I'm kinda surprised that it's not as good as something like the AZR or even the M416, but it is still pretty good. I mean, the recoil is really strong. So it's almost unusual without the red dot sight because you really can't see anything with the gun jumping around. But as you can see here, I'm not actually having that much trouble. Putting some score with it, and it's fun. I just wish it was a little bit more like Modern Warfare 2. I really liked how that gun played in that game, but I'm not gonna talk much about the gameplay as I usually do. Instead, I've got a little joke for you guys. Another one of my uh, famous philosophical lame jokes, but here we go. Moses, Jesus, and a bearded old man were playing golf. Moses drives a long one, which lands on the fairway but rolls directly towards the pond. Moses raises his club, parts the water, and the ball rolls safely to the other side. Jesus also hits a long one towards the same pond, but just as it's about to land in the center, it hovers above the surface of the water. Jesus casually walks out on the pond and chips it onto the green. The bearded man drives, hits a fence, and bounces out onto the street, where it caroms off into an oncoming truck and backs into the fairway. It's headed directly for the pond, but it lands on a lily pad where the frog sees it and snatches it into his mouth. An eagle shoots down, grabs the frog, and flies away. As the eagle and the frog pass over the green, the frog drops the ball and it lands in the cup for a hole in one. Moses turns to Jesus and says, "God, I hate playing with your dad." So it was God, right? And it's interesting, this little lame philosophical joke, because what I want to talk about today, it's about free will and either if we have free will or not. Now, in this story, the truck driver, the frog, and the eagle probably think that they actually have free will. They actually think that their actions, swooping down to grab the frog and eat it, or the frog grabbing the ball, or the truck driver driving at that same precise time, they actually think that they had a choice and they made the decision to, do what they did in the story. But in reality, God made them do that at that precise time so that the golf ball would be a hole in one. And it's interesting because in all honesty, in all honesty, we don't know whether we have free will or not. Now, one popular answer, when you ask philosophers whether they believe in free will or not, the pretty much the most popular answer is I have no choice. the and it's true. We actually don't have a choice whether we want to believe in free will or not, and it's pretty much the stance that I take. I mean, honestly, if we don't believe that we have free will, then our entire sense of morality crumbles into pieces, because if we don't have a choice in anything that we do, then what's the point in even trying to be good or trying to be bad? It would just mean that we should just simply roll with it. But the little mind blown is that even if our creator gave us the ability to have our own free will, in the end we don't have a choice in believing it. So it's kind of ironic that God gives us the choice to make choices, but in the end we don't have the choice to believe if we actually do or not. And that's kind of just weird thinking about it. But then when you think about how perfect the world is, I actually saw a documentary just some months ago about the whole creation of the universe and how perfect the universe was. And it turns out that if you look at a molecule like an atom, and you see how the revolving spheres are going around the center of the atom, if the speed of those revolving atoms was actually like a tenth of a tenth of a tenth of a tenth uh, slower, then the world would cease to exist as we know it. Even even the smallest animals like worms would be crushed under their own body thanks to gravity. So I mean, the world is it's so perfect in the sense that just the smallest mistake that's even considerable would change the world as we know it and would make the world unhabitable and just simply, you know, cease to exist. So if you think about how perfect the world is and how something as small could change, then it's hard to believe that, you know, anything has a free will, because everything has to be perfect in order for it to work, you know. And that just makes me think just a little bit into how maybe, you know, maybe we don't really have free will. You know, maybe we're meant to do everything that we're meant to do, because otherwise, you know, the world will simply cease to exist. And this goes with the last video that I made, where I talk about this is the best of all possible worlds, where everything has to be, you know, everything that happens is made to happen just to make this world what it is, you know, the perfect world that it is. So it does, you know, I guess you can combine it with that theory where everything that we do, it's is predestined in the way that if it wasn't, you know, everything that we did, if it wasn't that way, then the world wouldn't be as perfect as it is, and you know, it would be chaos, or it would just be complete destruction. So guys, from now on, every time you fuck up, you simply say that God made you do it, and probably will be right. But yeah, that's gonna be it for my free will episode. Hope you guys enjoyed my little crazy talk, and hope you guys also enjoyed my AK47 gameplay. I thought it was pretty cool. It's not the craziest car ever, but you know, who gives a shit? It's AK47 is pretty cool. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a very nice day, guys. Peace.